So a couple days ago, we got some really great news for me as a Halloween fan of that franchise. We got news that Jamie Lee Curtis is coming back for another Halloween film, and to me, this is very questionable. But as a whole, I hope that this movie is good. I really do. But the thing that I've heard is that this film is now going to completely ignore every Halloween film after the second one. So horror franchises are no stranger to this, to continuity, because horror films as a whole, franchises usually suck with continuity. There are a lot of horror films that do this. There are horror films that will ignore certain films to act like the next film's going to be better and not make it seem like they're going to make the same bad choices again. So I hope that this one will be good. But horror films have had a long history of this. Like for example, like Jaws 3 is ignored by Jaws the Revenge because they thought that would be a better film. But you're just overriding Jaws 3 in the case of a shitty fun movie to Jaws the Revenge, which was a shitty, unfunny, just really bad movie. So it's funny whenever horror franchises do this, where they overwrite films, and to me, I really wish that they would think better in making these films connect, because whether or not a film is shitty, I love how if you get a good film, and even if it connects to a bad one, I like that it's in continuity, and I like that you support the people who made these films, who spent time and money and years doing these films. And it sucks that now, even though they say that they're going to ignore every film after the second one in this new Halloween film, I'm still excited, but I really wish that they could have kept continuity, or at least even made them all connect, and I feel like you could still do that, even though there are some films in the Halloween franchise like Resurrection, which I cannot stand. But I would rather them have that connect to this movie, even if it's not, because for me, even if a movie is bad, even if a sequel is bad, even if it connects it and it doesn't speak of it, it just exists. That to me doesn't make me mad. But I think that I'm wondering how they would have done that if they did put in continuity. But also, we really don't know much news on this movie at all, really. Just the picture of Jamie Lee Curtis wearing the same outfit she wore from the first film. So we really just know, what we know of the film is just a picture of her and Michael Myers, and David Gordon Green's directing, Danny McBride's writing it, or co-writing it, and pretty much that's all we know. And they said that it's going to follow after the second one, but who knows, maybe they could connect them, and if they don't, I'll be a little annoyed. But if the movie as a whole is great, maybe that's a good thing, because just like Halloween H2O, they have done this a billion times in the franchise where continuity just doesn't exist. Like you get the first 6 Halloween films, excluding the third one, which is its own thing, which 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 are all connected, all one story. Then you get H2O, which ignores 4, 5, and 6, and Resurrection ignores 4, 5, and 6. Then you get the Rob Zombie remakes, and then you get this film, which ignores every film after the second one. So it really is annoying that they're going this route, but if it makes the film as a whole good, I guess that's good, but I wish that we could see how. I feel like it can make this character, Laurie Strode, more damaged if, like, spoilers for Resurrection if anybody cares, but in Resurrection, whenever he kills her, she falls off of a building. She's just stabbed and falls off a building. Maybe they could just say, like, the paramedics came right immediately, and Michael Myers disappeared, and they saved her before. And that seems like a very, it feels like that's not really realistic, that she fell off a building and was stabbed and then was alive still, but also it could be over 15 years since that's happened in the film's timeline if this takes place in the year it comes out. So H2O would be 20 years difference from this, and then Resurrection would be like 15 years. So this character who is stabbed and thrown off a building, maybe for after 15 years is healed. Even though like it's not really plausible. I mean, it could be, but it's rare that somebody could do that. But I think that they could write this to where it could connect them, but you don't. But I really wish they would. I wish that they would have that. But regardless though, regardless of whether or not they do, I think that this is hopefully a promise for a good Halloween movie, because the last one we did get with Jamie Lee Curtis was Resurrection, which sucked, and she only cameoed in it and died in it because she didn't want to do any more. And now she's coming back for another one, so I am interested, but I'm also I'm excited as well, because hopefully they make this good. Hopefully they make it something worth it. Something that is deserving, and something that is actually scary. And after the second one, I feel like that is true, that really they aren't scary after that at all. I thought the first one, Carpenter, is just an amazing, masterful director in horror. I think he is fantastic, and I think that Halloween is my favorite horror movie of all time, and I think it's one of the best horror movies, and it still holds up. And the second one, I think, is really good, even though he isn't as involved in it. It's got some good scares in it, and it's a slasher movie, but it's still pretty good. It's definitely the best sequel. So I can understand why they're starting after 2. But either way, if this sucks or if this is good, or in between, I really just want to know. I really can't wait, and I wish that we didn't have to wait a whole year, because we got announced right now and it's almost October of this year, so now we got to wait a little over a year for this next film. And as a fan of this franchise, I cannot wait now, especially that Jamie Lee Curtis is on here. Hopefully this means it's a good thing. Hopefully it's not Resurrection where she's in it but not really. And I hope that they bring it back to being legitimately scary. And having Jamie Lee Curtis back is going to bring it, hopefully, a lot of credibility. And hopefully it'll bring something that fans will remember. Hopefully it will be something that is remembered. So, yeah, I'm just so excited for it. I can't wait just to see whether it's good or bad. Whether it's something that I'll love or something that I'll loathe. That in terms of just how this franchise has its big ups and downs. And I really think that and I haven't seen anything David Gordon Green has done, but apparently I hear he's a good director, and I need to start seeing his stuff that he's done. And Danny McBride apparently is apparently pretty good at what he does. Like, I hear that he's good at this too, and he's a big horror fan. So I'm really excited with the talent we are getting, in terms of them and Jamie Lee Curtis, but again, just hopefully it's good. Hopefully it does not suck. Hopefully, and it says it's the last one. But horror franchises always lie when they say it's the last one. This could maybe be there could be another one after this one, but hopefully this is, if it's the last one, hopefully it's a good end. Hopefully it finally resolves everything, I guess, even though it won't. Even though it won't have the same continuity as the other films. But regardless of that, I am excited and I cannot wait. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's awesome, and I can't wait to see it. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time.